It's a wonderful day today. The sun is shining and the birds are singing. It's very hot, which is why I'm inside. Otherwise, I'd probably be sitting outside. Might go outside in a second. I had my brief little visits, but I don't want to sweat just by standing because then I'm going to stink and then I'm going to have to take another shower. But that's besides the point. As I ponder more of my thoughts and I look across the internet, information is so readily available, and just from the topics and conversations that I've seen online from a multitude of sources, because I like to watch a lot of people and I like to look at a lot of content just to kind of get a broader scope of what's going on in the world. Like for the topic of this video, from what you can see from the title, I really, my heart really does like hurt sort of for myself a little bit, but definitely a lot for just other men and women, the modern men and women of today. Because, I mean, let's just start with like the dating scene for a second. Most people are meeting online, which I wouldn't categorize as good or bad per se, but the days of meeting somebody at the bar or at school or in your social club or whatever, those days, at least the peak of those days are over. And we're finding a lot more people are just staying to themselves and just going about their own business, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's just not a lot of in real life social connection. Usually what you'll see when you go out, if you're like I'm a single man, so if you're a single man, if you're a guy, what I've seen, go out to a bar, you want to talk to women, but most of them are in their little friend groups, and then a lot of them have like the guy that they're seeing with them as well. Like if you're going to the bar, the odds of you really striking down a specific person that you're looking at and like to engage in a conversation and possibly towards a relationship are pretty low, in my personal opinion. From what I've seen, I could be wrong, but even on dating apps, like we have such the superficial like look on people, which I mean, looks do matter. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say they don't matter. They absolutely do. And there are other factors as well. But I think the standards have gotten so high that we're seeing this generational falling away from relationships. And I've even fallen into that where I'm just kind of like, I want to do my own thing. I don't really feel like going out. Like if I'm not making buku's amount of money and I'm not driving like a Lambo, I mean, that's kind of dramatic, but what's the point? What's the point in engaging with modern women, especially when we have an epidemic or pandemic, really, of OnlyFans, models, porn stars, and things of the like just sex work and all that stuff. Like the value, inflation has gone up. Inflation's a real thing. Regular inflation's gone up too, which also affects the dating market as well, because if you can barely afford to feed yourself, why would I bother trying to introduce another person into the equation? And then you got all these talks of like Elon's talking about how he's going to make the Optimus robots that are going to be good for like teaching and like a companion and things like that. And then we have ChatGPT, which is getting more advanced by the day, and just AI in general. And we've all seen those movies, or just those clips of like those movies where like the guy has like a AI girlfriend. There's this one movie, I don't know the name of it, but I know it's Ryan Gosling's in it, and like he has like a AI girlfriend. And there's this another movie called Her. I've never seen it, but I know Joaquin Phoenix was in it, and he had like a girlfriend on like his phone, like it was like an AI girlfriend on his phone. But like that's where the world is heading. It like for real, like men are just going to chill. Most men, or like your average men or below average men, are just going to be chilling, like doing it with like, we're going to upgrade from like the sock to like the sex robot, and then we're gonna upgrade from like real life girlfriend to like an AI girlfriend. Like real life, the internet is almost real life, which is kind of weird. But like the lines have been blurred between real life and the internet because of how connected we are and how much of yourself you can display online and all the things you can say and all the things you can do. Like it's actually kind of crazy. And then you have other factors with like the birth rates are declining, which goes into like people don't not wanting to date, with like the effect of the economy having, you know, a portion of that, and then the food that we eat, with which can decrease your fertility and all the chemicals and things like that. Like it's a hodgepodge of chaos if you're not careful. And I think a lot of people are at their tipping point and they're giving up. And it's unfortunate because like all this advice that I hear, and even like other people my age, like my cousin, like I have a lot of conversations with him, and like we talk about like, you know, meeting people and stuff like that. And it's just like not the same. Like my parents, or even like older Gen Zers or younger millennials, or even older millennials, will probably give you the advice that, you know, just go out, just go do something, go meet somebody. And sure, but like due to the nature of where we are in society, most people are not looking to have that interaction in person. They want to make sure that they are safe enough to go forward and talk to somebody. Like we need that validation and confirmation before we talk to somebody. And it's unfortunate that most of us don't really want to take the risk anymore, but the risk really isn't worth it for the most part. Like it's just not. I mean, even if you find somebody who's suitable for you, or who's kind of nice, you know, and somebody, I guess I mean like a female for my case, because I'm a male. Like if I find a girl or whatever, odds are she could have OnlyFans. Odds are she could be like trying to just advertise for like her Instagram. Like a few days ago, I literally matched with this chick on Bumble, and like she's like, here's my IG, I'm not on here really. That's a red flag too. If somebody says like I'm not on here most often, like if the girl's got like her Instagram or Snapchat in her bio, or she's like, I'm not on here often, like add me here, she's not interested in you, bro. Like I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I waited like a day or 2 days, and then I was just like, yeah, she's just trying to advertise her freaking Instagram. Like charge it to the game, I guess. Like it's bad, and it could get worse, but it could get better depending on how we tackle this situation. I'm certainly wanting to do my part, which is be honest with where I am in my life to the person that I need to be honest to at that time, but also not like know what I actually want. Like, do I want like a friends with benefits? Do I want a relationship? Do I want this? Do I want that? Like, it's important that you actually know what you want. Like, and I'm not out here just like, I mean, I do have times where I'm just like, oh, I wish I had like a girlfriend and things like that. But like, like I said, hoflation is crazy. It's just unfortunate to see how like society, as the years go by, like men have gotten so weak, and then the roles have reversed because of feminism and all that stuff, and women in the workforce, and the quote unquote wage gap that they say is there and whatever. And women are getting more degrees, they're earning more money and all that stuff, and it's messing up the balance, because the man is supposed to be the one that is earning the money to provide for his family. No woman, if there's a woman that watches this video, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I would almost guarantee like 90%, 99% of women really don't want to be the ones working or providing for their family. I see it with my own mother. Like, she don't want to work. I know she doesn't want to work, but she has to in order to pay for the house, to pay for food, to take care of me, while I'm continuing to pursue the things that I'm pursuing so I can build up a life for myself. But it's hard times. It's not completely our fault, but it also is our fault at the same time. And especially for men, like, we give as much power. The women only have as much power as we give them. And what I mean by that is, if we're talking about subscribing to an OnlyFans, like, her wage, her earnings are only going to reflect as much as there's interest in that. It's supply and demand. And obviously there's a massive supply for just there's a massive demand for intimacy. There's a massive demand for somebody to make you feel like you're somewhat worth something, or like someone to make you just feel something in general. And the easiest thing, of course, is just shuffle a couple of bucks a month to see your favorite model, show her hoo-ha and whatever else, and then directly message her so she can get that validation, and maybe you can get that validation as well. But, like, we're looking at it the wrong way. So many of us are looking at it in the wrong way. Us men, if we do what we need to do, if we actually grow a pair of balls and actually do the shit that we need to do, the tides would turn. Women are only going to be as feminine and submissive as we are masculine and dominant. That's it. That's truly it. Like, it's mind blowing. Like, words can almost not describe how crazy society is. Like, there's got to be a change, and it literally starts with us. It starts with you. What are you doing to change yourself on the inside? Not the outside, not the superficial appearance, but what are you doing on the inside? Are you facing those demons? Are you putting in that work? Are you forgiving yourself? Are you forgiving others? Are you acknowledging your downfalls and your weaknesses? Are you working on your weaknesses? Are you further sharpening your strengths? Are you acquiring new skills? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Are you even doing something? Just anything. That all plays a role in it too.